2020. Go Trump! That's right. I'm going to say go Trump. Everybody say 2020. Go Trump! Yeah! Go Trump! 2020. Go Trump! 2020. Go Trump! 2020. You are so stupid. My name is Carina. I'm a Mexican racist.
Hi, this is Naui Ocelotl. I'm here live in Campo, by the border. The Minutemen are going to have their event, but I guess I'm going to confuse them a little.
Alright, so today we're here with Naui.
I'm a supporter of the Mexica movement. I met the Mexica movement in 1997, and I support the Mexica. I learned like all my history, all my information from the Mexica movement, and that's what I do. I I expose racism, and I try to get people's attention. Like, yeah, there is racism, but at the same time, we gotta know who we are so we can fight this racism.
Right.
Because they say, well, this is a nation of laws, and the racists always say, how would you like it if I go to your break into your house? And go in your house or rape your wife or like start getting the benefits from my house, and well, that's what I tell them, that's what your ancestors did.
Right.
You guys broke in. And we did have laws, because they say, oh, we didn't. The indigenous people didn't have laws. Of course we had laws. That's a world thing. Everybody has laws, and that's why there was even wars between with indigenous nations, because there was territory.
Right.
Like people had to respect people's territory, and sometimes that was, there was disputes over territory. So yeah, there was laws, and that's why there was wars. And when the Europeans came, we let them in, mi casa tu casa, because we thought they came with good intentions. But their whole intentions was to take away our gold and to take away our wealth from our continent. And at the same time, they brought the diseases. And they knew that every time they entered an indigenous community, 90 to 95% of the population would die. So that's like biological welfare. They knew that. So every time they would entered, okay, well, that's what you hear about the smallpox,
Right.
They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing, and it's been over 500 years of colonialism and invasion, and I'm just here doing my part to expose white supremacy and white racism through video.
You're not a citizen, are you, brown boy? You're not a citizen, are you, brown boy?
Hey, nobody gets to pick their color now. No one gets to pick their color. So we love our country, right? Oh, listen to that language. Oh my God. Oh shit.
Pilgrim? Well, guess where?
Put yourself out there, like you just go a lot of times on your own too, right? So
Yeah.
What was the first time that you went to a rally like that?
I've been going to a lot of rallies. I heard of the Minutemen?
Yes.
Okay, well, I started organizing or protesting against the Minutemen, and around 2006 there was an incident where I went to one of the rallies and I was taking pictures, and here in Garden Grove, actually. There was an organization called California Coalition of Immigration Reform, and I was just taking pictures, and somebody named Frank, he stole my camera. The police came. The police didn't do nothing. And the guy was, when I came outside, there was a media there, and I was telling the cop, hey, well, he stole my camera, it's like these guys stole my camera, and and that guy started getting all crazy, and one of the guys was filming,
Oh shit.
because I was so mad and passionate. So they started making fun of me with the video that came out.
Uploaded it?
Yeah.
Open to the public. It's open to the public. Hey, you guys, it's in the newspaper. It's on the orange. I paid $5. Can I have my refund?
Good night.
Can I have my camera and my refund? That's all I'm asking. I'm not here violent. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not resisting. All I need is my camera back. It cost me $10. It cost me $10. Give me my camera back.
Well, I see what they did. I can do that to them too, because they get more crazy. You saw that video from yesterday.
Yeah.
You know how they get all crazy because they're all most of the Trump supporters that go out there and rallies are all crazy. Yeah, and that's what I'm. Oh, dude, and then just give me an idea. It's like, oh, dude, I can record, and that's that time YouTube was really popular. I'm like, I can do this too. I can just go to the rallies, interview them, they get triggered just by me being there. Some of them
Right.
get really triggered, and the hunters they study to me. You know what? If Naui comes, just stay calm. But
Yeah.
sometimes they can't help themselves.
We don't want illegal immigrants like this guy here. This is an illegal immigrant. He's a drug dealer. We don't want him. Get out. Get out of my face.
I'm not in your face. I'm just...
This guy should be in jail, I'm gonna tell you. Who knows why he's here?
Get him.
Right? We should call the police and put him in jail.
It's already been done, believe me.
We got to
All you have to do is stand here, and then we get the best footage, I swear.
Like that lady, like it was the first time I seen her, and as soon as she came from far away, she started getting crazy, and I was, oh shit. And during that time I wasn't recording. I went live. I went live as soon as possible, and even the video wasn't. It was on private at the time, and because I was oh shit, she's getting crazy.
Shit.
She was just going off, and like I guess maybe she knows about me, or
yeah.
because she like slapped. You know how she slapped the camera from my hand. I guess maybe she knew who I was or something, because why would she do that?
Right.
And like she just went crazy, started saying that she's a Mexican racist, that illegals go back to Mexico, and I was like, and right now it's like as we speak, it's going viral. So this woman, she like probably destroyed her life.
Yeah, exactly.
And it wasn't because I wanted to, it's
Right,
because she
right.
did
She
it.
exposed herself.
She did all that. She came to me, she smacked my camera. So she can't blame me, she has to blame herself. She has to take responsibility for what she did. As a matter of fact, her parents don't even speak English.
Wow.
And she's here telling people to, speak English, and, that do it the right way. And I heard that her parents didn't come here the right way. Like her family, a lot of came here undocumented. So she's a hypocrite.
You're illegally here! You're illegally here!
He hates Obama.
Well, it's so hard to understand!
Obama goes to jail. Last chance to see Obama. Hurry up.
Vendida.
Hurry up.
¡Vendida! ¡Soy una vendida! ¡Soy una mexicana bien vendida! ¿Y tú qué eres? ¡Y tú eres un ignorante! ¡Tú no sabes de qué estás hablando! ¡Mira! ¡Hay una manera de entrar! ¡Y esa manera es legalmente! ¡Si entras aquí! ¡Mira! ¡Si tú vienes a mi casa! ¡Si tú entras a mi casa! ¡Y yo no sé cómo! ¡Mira! ¡Eso hace mis años!
Casa Blanca vinieron y mataron a
¡Estamos en el 2018!
No, no importa. ¿Por qué te quejas? La historia.
2018.
Estás viendo la historia. Obama fue.
2020.
Obama.
2020.
So, like, what do you think it is that draws Mexicans or people of color to Trump? Like, what could they possibly see in him?
Yeah, sadly to say that there's always been traitors and vendidos or self-hating people. There is. And Donald Trump just brought them all out. A lot of times people were ashamed, but when Trump came out, they just all came out, even that woman from yesterday, there was somebody already backing her up. Put her number, hey, it's my friend, and she even reposted the video as something like prideful. It's like, what the hell? And there's always self-hating, and that's why it's important as parents. We gotta know our history and promote the history to our children so they can know.
Don't teach hatred to those children. This is America. We're paying for your education.
As the rallies, what has been the worst experience that you've had going to one of those?
2007, I got attacked. I got pepper sprayed like this close.
Wow.
So I didn't know what it was because I wasn't expecting it. It's like, and there was and the funny thing is a bunch of cops. This happened in Simi Valley at a church where there was a woman that took refuge. Her name is Liliana. Took refuge at a church because they wanted the ICE wanted to deport her, or immigration at the time wanted to deport her. And the Minutemen went over there to protest. They went she should get deported. And there was the counter protesters, and there was people inside the church supporting Liliana. And I was there filming. There was neo-Nazis there. I think there were the hammer skinheads were there, and they were together with the Minutemen.
Are
and
they
that
a
was
local Nazi group or?
Yeah, local Nazi group.
Okay.
They were right there, and I was taking pictures, and I'm all, I thought you said you guys don't rally with Nazis. and that's what one of the guys got triggered. His name is Brooke Young. He got triggered because I was exposing them.
Right.
Like, they do work with the Nazis, and that was already proven. But then again, so he got real triggered, and I guess he caught me slipping. He's just like a coward that he is. He's not a man to face me, and he's just like, poop everything.
And basically I did everything myself. I put the ice. They gave me ice because I asked for it. I put it on my eyes and my ears. And when they were putting me in the ambulance, he came up to my friend Letty. Oh, I didn't do nothing. It wasn't me. But as me and Letty left from the ambulance, I guess he stayed behind. But he lied to the cops, saying that I tried to swing on him.
Oh.
That I tried to hit on him. Even though there was 6 of them, just me, and supposedly I tried to hit on him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you get involved with that movement?
Well, before that, like in 1994, there was a governor. His name was Pete Wilson.
Okay.
Pete Wilson promoted this law, Proposition 187, which wanted to give, wanted to take away services to undocumented people, like no school for the children, no ambulance, no services. Like if police comes, no police services, and we started protesting. I was 16, so I couldn't vote, but and that's where I started getting involved, And then 3 years later, I made the Mexica movement out of Powwow in East LA, and because at that time I was into my culture, but I didn't really know there was so much confusion, especially when that time they were promoting this word Latino,
right?
And I was like, how come Latino doesn't seem right, I know right now people say Latino, but that's what the media promotes Latino. We're Latino, but if you really look at it, Latino, the Romans spoke Latino, Latin, from Latin comes Latino. Okay. So I was like, so I went up to this powwow in 1997 at East LA, and it's called Recognizing the Borders, Recognizing the Borders powwow during the Mother's Day, and there was a poster that caught my attention. It said Mexican, not Hispanic, not Latino, and I'm like, oh man, this is cool. And I already had a shirt from this band called Brujeria, but it was in Spanish, And then I figured out they're the ones that invented that image, or that created that image. And ever since then, I've been in touch with them. And the director, Olintis Calipoca, I consider him my teacher, And he has written a lot against colonialism, about our history, about he's read so many books and about our history. So I learned a lot from him.
Cool. This is the brother.
I'm Naui. I'm part of the Mexica movement. I found out because of this protest with Colleen and Braidwood, and I want to congratulate everybody for being here. We're here to say no to the borders, no to colonialism, no to racism, and to stick together and fight this racism. Everybody in the activism has their place, Some people are good writers, some people are good speakers, some people know how to organize thousands of people. And what I do is just okay, I gotta show this. I gotta show this side. What the media doesn't show, what the media doesn't show. I want people to know that if you don't get involved in politics, they're gonna make laws for it.
We're gonna talk about what's happening right here in California with health, with California. We're gonna talk about housing.
But that's something that doing this kind of stuff. There's a risk. There's a risk. Some people in the '60s. They got killed. You heard about the Black Panthers. They're getting shot by the police. Getting shot. Malcolm X got killed by supposedly another black man that was working with the CIA or the FBI. So this is the kind of stuff that could happen. That's the worst case scenario. And luckily, I haven't. It hasn't gone that bad. It could do. It hasn't gone that bad. But
that's fine.
Racists go home.
That's why we need to go home.
Keep recording. Racists go home. Racists go home. Racists go home.
Hey, you need to
Racists go home. Racists go home. Racists go home. Racists go home.
One of the guys that I recorded back in Arizona, his name is JT Reddy. If you look up JT Reddy, this guy killed his whole family. And I interviewed him when I went to Arizona. We were protesting against Joe Arpaio and SB 1070. And I interviewed him. And, this guy, on his Facebook, he would brag about going to the border with his posse and detaining undocumented people
on their own.
Yeah,
wow.
On their own. They were bragging. You know, they had like a whole like about 15 of them. They had their AR-15s or their assault weapons, and they were bragging about them. And I'm like, dude, where's Homeland Security? Right. The Homeland Security is focusing on Arab people or people of color or the Black Panthers, whoever. But these Nazis are just going to the border and doing their thing. You know, they're taking out guns and stuff. And I mean, who knows? I mean, people that were found dead, they always blame the cartels, but it could have been these guys.
That's true.
So this guy ended up killing his whole family. He killed his girlfriend. He killed a toddler. He killed a family of 6, including himself.
Police are continuing to try to sort out a mass shooting, what appears to be a multiple victim homicide and suicide with ties to a very dark side of American politics. Police say they believe that the shooter is this man, J.T. Reddy, one of the country's most visible neo-Nazis and most vocal anti-immigrant provocateurs. Police investigators say they are working from the theory that Mr. Reddy put on body armor. He entered the home in Gilbert where he lived. He killed his girlfriend's adult daughter, the daughter's boyfriend, and the daughter's 16-month-old infant child before turning the gun on himself and committing suicide.
But you do go to these places alone too sometimes.
Sometimes,
right?
yeah. Sometimes.
And how's that? How do the people treat you when you're there?
They try to provoke, sometimes they push you and try to push you and stuff like that. But I'm not there for violence. I'm there just to again, try to wake up our people. Right. Sometimes it takes to see what these people do to our people, to wake up. Like people know more about the achievements with the Kardashians or sports statistics, but you tell them, okay, who is Nezahualcóyotl? Who is Cuauhtémoc? Tell me about Cuauhtémoc. Tell me about Dalmina. Tell me about Frida Kahlo. Tell me about Emiliano Zapata. Tell me about Geronimo. Tell me about Nes Perez. Tell me about Tecamsa, or tell me about Tupac Amaru.
Yeah. So that's one thing. What do you think about the correlation between brown groups and black groups? What do you think? Is it all?
I think that's we're supposed to be natural. Like Olintis Calipoca say, my director, or the director of the Mexica movement, he's we're natural allies,
Exactly.
And that's why the system they have us against each other, like in the prisons, or we fight for the crumbs, about the jobs, that's what they always say, that we're the Mexicanos or the undocumented are taking away black jobs,
By the next election, I promise, I'm gonna be sitting across from all the candidates. I bet you. You know how I be making it? I promise you. I'm not even gonna be, I'm gonna be so far from where I am now in 4 years. God willing, I'm alive. It's on. I guarantee you, we will have our own political party. And it won't be just for black people. It's going to be for Mexicans. It's going to be for Mexicans. It's going to be for black people. It's going to be for Armenians. I don't give a fuck. All you lost tribe motherfuckers right now, we need to have our own political party because we all have the same motherfucking problem. We built this nation and we get none of the benefits.
But they don't want to talk about, how about reparations for the black people, for the slavery, That does affect us today. It was, even though it happened supposedly a long time ago, it still affects today because the poverty, it's a cycle. The poverty, the drugs, the self-hate is a cycle, So there's got to be reparations paid for the black community. Same way, there's got to be reparations paid for our people. And back to the black and brown unity. That's we're natural allies. We don't even know it, because we should be uniting against each other, against a common oppressor.
Right. So you think the term Chicano is different from, or not different, but better than saying being called a Latino or a Hispanic? Would you take on that term Chicano as your?
Yeah, I mean it's like a process. The way we learn, the more we learn, the more we figure out, what to call ourselves. At that time, people were calling us Spanish.
Right.
It's even mestizo was considered something radical at the time, but the more you learn, it's about more books are coming out about the genocide, about that. But Chicano comes from the word Mexicano, and Chicano comes from the word Mexicano, or it comes from the word Mexica.
Okay.
So it's to me, it's okay, Chicano is better than calling yourself Latino, yes.
Everybody seems to be taking advantage of us, our Mexican American brothers and fathers are the ones that go fight in Vietnam. And then when they come back, they have no jobs. They have nothing here to come back to.
You've got to get out there with a picket sign and get some action going. And when you put all of those things together, then nonviolence works.
Like, what's your take on police brutality? How do you feel about all that? Because real quick, my uncle was killed by a cop, so that's kind of what got me involved in all this. Started getting my whole movement going. But what is your personal take on all that?
I've been protesting police brutality since like the 90s too, and you know, it's like, I'm sure there's probably good cops out there that, you know, they want to do right, but once they're in this corrupt police department, it's like a lot of these cops, some of these cops, they try to like speak out against bad cops, and they get kicked out, you know. And you know, police brutality is real. You know, it's like, I don't know if some of these cops are just racist or they're just trigger happy. You know? It's still gonna happen until we get our shit together. Us as people of color, blacks, Mexicans. I don't know what's it gonna take. How many more people have to be killed for us to say, you know, enough's enough? You know, it's like every day there's like another black person killed, another Mexicano killed, a 14-year-old killed, shot by a border patrol. It's like, damn, when are we gonna say, no, enough's enough?
Exactly.
And it's frustrating.
It's very frustrating not knowing like what exactly is it going to take for us to finally see some real change and progress within this country. It's like, what do you think it's going to take?
I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's like with the back in 1992 with the I forgot his name already. Rodney King.
The 4 Los Angeles policemen already indicted in the Rodney King beating. The county grand jury signaled that will be the extent of the criminal case. 17 other so-called police bystanders at the beating scene will not be indicted.
You know, it's like that time's like, okay, that's enough's enough. You know, he didn't even get killed; he just got beat up. And I don't know what video is gonna take for people to say, okay, that's enough. Okay, this is enough. That's it. You know, it's like.
I mean, I think it could be too that people are now desensitized to it because they see it every single day. That
like,
now.
I guess I could be too. It's like they're too scared to call the police or the people in power. You know what? You're lying.
Right.
You shot him in the back. He was unarmed. You know, you didn't have to do that. You know, that's wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
People are calling you for help, not for you to go kill their son or daughter.
A lot of men are getting sick and tired of these police officers coming in our neighborhood, making us lay down on the ground. We don't like to lay on the ground and got clothes dirty. We are men. We are getting sick and tired of being looked at like criminals. Like everything. I'm not a criminal. I work for a business. Just because I don't look like Johnny Joe, okay, or European, right. I am always on the list of potential criminals.
I don't want to call myself an activist because I feel like someone like you're a true activist. You actually go out there, you do the actual work. But I'm someone who's leaning towards that way. I'm trying to go that direction. Yeah. So to talk to people like you is really refreshing.
And the thing is, like, you know, it's like there's many people that do the music, and there's a lot of like people that talk about it, but we need people that do the music but actually be there, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
If they can't be there, at least donate some money. Okay, right. Here, you know what? Here's the money. Because there's a lot of people talking about the revolution, talking about the system, but they're never there on the front line. They're just two studio revolutionaries, you know.
Yeah,
we need people like to talk about it, but also be there. Or if they can't be there, donate money to. Okay, I'm gonna donate this money to this organization because they're out there, you know. It's like, you know, if you're gonna talk about
it, be out there.
Be out there, you know. Yeah. And that's a lot. There's a lot of people talking about it, but it's like, but you know, like the things of being people. Like, oh, now how can you not bring people with you? It's like there's people that always say they're gonna be there, but they're not there, and then you know, you hit them up about it. Oh, they're just gonna argue anyway. So okay, it's like, yeah, but sometimes like, let's say when these Minutemen type or these Trumpsters, they go to the day labor sites and they harass the day laborers, and sometimes the day laborers feel like, damn, nobody's here to back us up. And then when they see at least one person there, it's like, damn, at least somebody's here to back me up. They feel good, you know.
Psycho Minuteman, how you doing?
I'm not supposed to talk to you now. But I'm just loving what I heard about Howard Industries. What was there, 600 they arrested over there? The Americans were cheering the arrest of the illegal aliens. God, I love that.
Yeah, they feel like someone in the community has their back, that they're not alone, you know. Wow. And like the same thing with these megatards, these megaturds. I mean, like when people see me, there's like, oh, at least somebody's fucking standing up to them.
That's true.
It's
that
like,
makes sense.
That's because people say, hey, all you do is argue, all you do is that. Like, okay, then what are you doing?
Exactly.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
If you're a good writer, then write something and get involved, or you know, it's like, do something, you know, don't just criticize people. If you're gonna criticize, well, do the work yourself.
Exactly.
And the same thing, back to these people that talk about the revolution. Okay, that's good. Or, you know, that's good that you're getting the word out, but do something too. Like show, like, you know, practice what you preach. Don't just sing about it.
Right.
Do it.
So what do you think about immortal technique?
I'm like the little kids on TV that dig through the trash. I hustle regardless of the way you talk shit and laugh. A lot of niggas drop science, but they don't know the math, cause they mind is narrower than the righteous path. It's funny how on the block, niggas that kill you for cash, but never raise the gun to cry out, freedom at last, the cold.
The immortal technique, I know that he has like a big following, and he's been, you know, that, you know, a lot of people look up to him, but like me personally, like I have never seen him like in the front line, you know. I mean, that's all I can say. I cannot say nothing. Like, I've met him before. He's been to like rally to like a forum that helped organize, but I haven't really. I cannot say that he's there in the front lines or not. All I know that he sings about it, but I cannot badmouth him or
Gotcha.
I can't really say because I don't know. I've never been. I think he's from the East Coast, but if he was in the West Coast, maybe I could say, you know what, he's never like backed me up. He's never been there here. We invited him, but so I can't really say, you know.
I got you.
But I know a lot of people look up to him, but I don't know. That's my honest response. One time we're the most educated people in the world. With the Mexica, there was mandatory education for women and men. I mean, boys and girls. You know, we had doctors, we had universities, we had libraries, we had books. You know, the city was Tenochtitlan, the Mexica city, the so-called Aztec city. So we had all that. So that's why these people don't know this history. And at the same time, some people are just going to be sellouts no matter what. So it's like, okay, I'm an activist, and I'm gonna fight for my people, and I don't care if I don't get a tattoo or a piercing, because I'm gonna do it for my people. In the future, if people read about me, and I don't care if they do or don't, they're gonna judge me. Okay, this guy did this, or this guy did that, or he didn't do that, or, you know, I didn't respect him. But that's fine. That's for my descendants to judge me. But right now, so all these mathematics and sciences that we gave to the world, if it wasn't for our people and other people around the world, all this technology and all this advancements the Europeans wouldn't have had.
Right.
And at the same time, like many things that are inventions aren't even created by the white. And a lot of them are Japanese or even black people or even our own people. We contributed to this technology. So we got to give credit where credit is due. So let's say, I'm just talking to the people who are listening.
Right.
Let's say somebody rapes your mom and the kid's born. Is the kid gonna go, I'm proud of my dad because he raped my mom? You know, I'm gonna get his last name tattooed on my arm because I'm part of Cortés. I'm part of Cortés because he raped my mom and he abused me, and he said the worst things about me. Que se hijo de la chingada. That's the word, hijo de la chingada. You know, son of a bastard.
Right.
And I'm gonna deny my mom. That's basically what we do. We're always taught to identify with the colonizer. You know, tengo mi abuelita tiene sangre española, tiene sangre alemana. They always talk about that. Oh, we have some European blood, but when it comes to the indigenous blood, they don't want to talk about that because I guess we've been taught to think that's like down. You know, that's like los indios. No, you know, nadie quiere ser indio. Right. So this mestizaje thing, this mestizo thing, that's something that the Spaniards promoted. You know, it's a way to forget about who we are. Look at the blacks. The black people, they were also getting raped. You know, that's what they have. Jefferson, Jackson.
Right, they took on the slave owners.
Yeah, no, it's not. They took it. They were branded. They were branded, and a lot of them have white blood because, you know, the women were also getting raped. You know, even the males were getting raped. So that's why there's in the black community. There's different shades of you know, like lighter skin blacks or darker skin blacks. Right. With us. But now that's something that people have to ask themselves. Do you want to identify with the colonizers? Do you want to identify with the people that rape, the people that rape our people?
What are you doing with that thing? Taking YouTube, you're going to send it to Phoenix?
We're going to put you on Fox News.
Yeah, so would you consider yourself a leftist or are you not either?
I don't think I'm like when it comes to, I don't think I'm either. Like in some things I'm leftist, and some things I'm right. I'm right from an indigenous point of view. Like I'm right. Like I want to conserve indigenous culture. I want to conserve indigenous identity. I'm not conservative as like a white person. I'm conservative as an indigenous person, or I'm a leftist because I feel like everybody should have healthcare or have access to healthcare. I'm a leftist because I want everybody to have opportunity, like to go to college or university, or But I guess people can see me as conservative when it comes. I want to conserve indigenous culture. I want to conserve our history. The politicals, they can only do so much, but the community, once we organize as a community, as indigenous people or as Mexicanos, it's like we'll have a lot of power. We do have the power, but we just don't know it,
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems. And they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people.
So my last question for you is going to be like, what is your ultimate goal for this? Like, what do you want to accomplish when it's all said and done?
Accomplish is for people to wake up. The thing is that people to get to know who they are. And also for people to unite, to empower ourselves as a community. We don't actually have leaders. We have these politicians with these Spanish surnames that are in Congress. They don't really help us. Just one thing. People just can look up my YouTube channel got deleted. If anybody's seen my YouTube videos, if you guys want to write a letter to YouTube to say that it's just the way I got my channel deleted. It got deleted because I got promoted for something I didn't do. Obviously, I'm not a racist. I expose racists. And you can find me on Facebook under Naui Ocelotl YouTube videos, even though I don't have YouTube videos. I actually have another channel.
There's still some up there.
Yeah, there's another channel, but my main one got deleted. But you can go look for me on Facebook, and you can watch my stuff there.
Okay, cool, man. Sounds good. All right. Appreciate it,
Thank
man.
you very much.
Too.
If worst come to worst, my peoples come first, yeah. If worst come to worst, my peoples come first, yeah. If worst come to worst, my peoples come first, yeah. If worst come to worst, my peoples come first, yeah.